Hello everyone, I'm Param. Welcome back to another video. I scored 98.4 in class 10 boards about 2 years ago. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you how to handle and combat your exam nerves and the exam pressure that you have. This video is going to be rather long, but stick to the end because I believe this will be one of the best and most effective academic videos you're ever going to watch. So first of all, I would just like to say every single person who is watching this video has almost combated exam nerves or exam pressure. If you haven't, then you will combat it pretty soon in your boards. I just want to say one thing before I start off the tips and everything, that it's fine and it is a good thing that you're having exam nerves and exam pressure because it tells you that you actually care about the exam and you're going to be preparing for the exam as well. Having exam nerves and having exam pressure is not a bad thing. Every single person in this world has that. What makes toppers and the people who are going to succeed different is that they know how to combat these nerves and combat this pressure and arise and perform the best they can in that specific paper. So I'm going to be guiding you about what you need to do specifically in order to achieve this state of toppers or whatever you want to say. First of all, let's first discuss the consequences of what these exam nerves and exam pressure bring to you. Because I believe a lot of you will also be like, I do not have exam nerves. But then when I tell you about the consequences, you would be like, okay, damn, that could be me. First of all, constant leg and hand shaking. Every single time, if you're sitting on your seat and you're like, if it's like a clicking pen and you keep doing this, if it's like a random pen, you can keep rotating it, your choice. Your leg keeps shaking, your hand keeps shaking, you keep doing this, you keep doing this. Sometimes it's fine. A lot of the times, if you're doing this before your paper, if you're doing this while you're writing, it shows anxiety. It shows anxiety, and you might not realize this right now. You will be like, okay, this is my normal. But that is the problem. This should not be your normal. Your normal should be calm, and you should be rested while you're normal as well. Along with that, once you actually fix your normal, then only you can be able to fix your exam time thing. Because I first fixed my normal, I used to also have a problem of always shaking my legs while I was in class. Even if I'm writing or listening, I would always shake my leg. And this problem, I realized, yeah, okay, this shows that I'm anxious, this shows that I'm underconfident. I do not want to show that because it is a voluntary thing to stop this. If you're sitting there and thinking, okay, I constantly shake my legs, but I can't do anything about it, you can do anything about it. So please try and stop that because you do not need to fidget if you have good focus, and if you're confident enough, you will not need to fidget. Fidgeting is one of the biggest signs of anxiety, and the second point is that visible anxiety is shown to other people along with the invigilator and etc. This could externally also decrease your confidence because when you're noticing people having bad looks on you, like, okay, this man might be anxious. If the people are looking at you like this, okay, this man might be anxious, it is a problem. It is a problem because it will give you negative feedback. Along with that, if I always mention the exam actual things that are going to happen, a lot of the times you're going to forget your points which you wanted to write in the paper. A lot of the times you're going to be missing questions. You're going to be overlooking some questions inside your paper. You're going to be overlooking some points that you wanted to write. You're going to be not able to answer the questions that you might have outside the exam. And finally, the fifth point is always when you're leaving the exam center, you would be thinking, maybe if I fixed my exam anxiety, maybe if I fixed it, I would have scored more, 5 more marks, 10 more marks, 15 more marks. Because this is a big thing. This will make you write bad, this will make you think bad, and therefore this problem needs to be fixed, especially if you want to be a topper. So the question now is, how do we fix this? How do we improve your exam anxiety? There are two types of solutions to this. One is runtime. When you're giving the paper, you should do this. And one is in pre. So I'm going to be telling you 4 points about the pre. The first point I'm going to be telling you is combat new situations and new problems and new questions. This can be through any source that you want, maybe NCERT back questions as well as maybe NCERT exemplar or any other book. Just try to put yourself in new situations, put yourself in new questions, put yourself in more competency based questions, more real life application based questions. Because what that will do is it will guide you on the right path, and even if you're struggling in between the exam, because that you have experience of this real life application and actually thinking part of the questions, you will be able to answer them even after you're being more anxious or being more prone to forgetting. The second point I would say is before your exam, always the night before, you could do some affirmations that I have revised every single thing And in this paper, whatever they are going to ask me, I know every single thing already because I have studied for it well. Even if you have not studied for it well or revised not, if you have not revised for it well, you would still have some kind of memory of the chapter because you have listened in your classes at least. Therefore, affirm yourself that you will be able to crack the paper pretty easily. And the third point I would like to say is that always have a keyword oriented memory. I have already mentioned about keywords in my previous videos. I will try to mention it again. Keywords are the words that will sum your answer up. If you know what words will sum your answer up, please just only learn those words and leave out filler words such as the, or, and, etc. If you remember the words which are actually important, even if you're anxious during the paper, even if you're forgetting during the paper, you would remember a few words at least. And if you remember at least 3 keywords and you write sentences related to them, I am assuring you that you will get good marks. Because keywords are the words that would matter in your answer, not the clutter that you're making. Remembering keywords will declutter you every single time during the exam, and it will actually help you a lot combating any single problem that you face. And the fourth point that a lot of people miss out is time-bound practice. Time-bound practice could be anything related from mock papers to your school papers to your question banks. Anything can be a mock paper. And it should always be time-bound. When you're doing papers time-bound, you realize that, okay, I am in pressure right now because I have some time crunch. Therefore, you try to think fast, you try to write faster, and that trains you for the actual exam day, and you would be able to perform better that way as well. And with that, I would like to introduce to you the EduCard question bank. The first time I opened this question bank, I thought what would be new? Every single question bank is like this itself, but it is not. I first opened the question bank and immediately my thought was, first of all, time-based practice. They have given you a worksheet for every single chapter, 10 questions, 45 minutes, and that is a game changer. In fact, if I was in 10th and I realized that this exists, I would be buying this as well. Because not just this, it provides you every single theory point that you need for a chapter and to learn it from the NCERT as well. It provides you with mnemonics for every single chapter so that you will be able to remember better, and it also provides you real life applications of those theories as well so that you will be able to answer the competency questions well. Along with that, already shown the EduCard Granth. This is also a game changer because it has every single subject's at least 7-year PYQ papers which you can practice while doing time bound or any other thing that you want. The link for all of these books will be in the description. Please go to the description and buy them if you want. Let's continue our video. I have already covered the first pre thing. Now I'll be covering the runtime things as well. So the first point, there are at least 5 points on the runtime. I'll be telling you the first point. If you're stuck on a question or you feel that I already know the answer to this question but I can't pin it out, stay back, get your bottle out, drink a sip of water. Once you drink a sip of water, you would be able to think for an answer better because you'll feel hydrated, and I do not want to go into the science of this, but just trust me on this one. If you're actually dehydrating yourself during the paper, it is not a good thing because you'll not be able to think clearly. Please drink a lot of water, but do not drink so much that by washroom baar baar jana pade. Wo to of course hai yaar. But like, try to drink a lot of water, try to drink sufficient amount of water and be able to think. Okay, when you drink water, you could lay back, take a 30-second break, close your eyes if you want, and it will actually help you a lot perform better in the paper. You will lose 30 seconds out of a 3-hour paper, but that does not matter if your performance is increasing. This video might be 12 minutes, 13 minutes long, but it does not matter if this video has every single point that is going to help you. Now, before you start the exam, before you start writing, before the answer sheets are distributed, I want you to sit there, close your eyes for 1 minute. For 1 minute or 2 minutes, please just do this. I know it might seem cringe around the people that you are. People would think, okay, why is he doing this? But trust me on this one. This will help you a lot. Recalibrate every single thing in your mind before the paper starts. Instead of trying to revise every single thing before the paper, which would make your mind clutter even more, you would try to relax your mind so that you can think of every single thing while it is happening. And if you're stuck on a question as well, you can do the same thing for 30 seconds. To relax yourself, to relax your nervous system, and try to think of better answers to that same question. Also, once you're done with this 1 minute meditation thing, what you could do is also affirm yourself again that you already know everything in this paper and I can perform better in this paper as well. Most people do not realize how big the problem of exam nerves and exam pressure is, but every single person combats it. If you go to a person and ask him, okay, why did you score bad on this test? They will almost 80% of the time tell you, I could perform better. However, the exam pressure got to me. So please listen to my points and try to apply my points in every single exam that you're going to be giving after this video. Now, the fourth point I would like to say is try to focus on your bad patterns. As I've already mentioned, the shaking, the pen clipping, the shaking your leg, these patterns indicate anxiety. If you notice these patterns, it will tell your mind that you are anxious. If you're anxious, you will not be able to answer the questions. Therefore, what I want you to do is every single time that you notice a pattern like this inside you, whether it's this or shaking your leg, always correct it right there. Okay, if you're shaking your leg, keep your hand on your leg, let it be there. Do not shake it. If you keep pressing your pen, that's it. Once we eliminate bad anxious patterns, we'll be able to think clear and answer better because we know that we are not anxious anymore. And the fifth point, which is very hidden, but I would like to tell you this is humans are social animals. Every single person knows that. Once you're sitting in your exam hall, even if it's a boards hall or a normal exam hall, you'll be sitting with your friends or your classmates. Humans are programmed in such a way that if they feel they are safe in an atmosphere, they will not be anxious, even if it is because of an exam. Once you're sitting around your friends, even the toughest exam will not scare you. Even the toughest exam will not make you anxious because you're sitting around with your friends, okay? So what I want you to do is every single time that you're feeling very anxious, you can look around the room, see that the friends are around you. And inside the exam, when you're not allowed to look around, what I want you to do is remind yourself of how little the stakes actually are. If you're nervous about your midterm exam, remind yourself, no one cares about these midterms 6 months later. If you're confused and scared about your board exam, you're giving your board exam and you're feeling, okay, I'm very anxious. Remind yourself, this is just 10th boards. Even if you score 5 less marks in one paper, you could still make your percentage so much better in other subjects as well. I have scored 95 in Hindi and I've still got 98.2, 98.4 in boards. Trust yourself on this one. Try to follow up the points that I'm telling you. And in every single paper that you give from there on, please try to implement at least half of the points I'm telling you because I know for a fact that will help you a lot. And not just in 10 boards, but in future exams as well. Thank you for watching, guys. I know this video has been long, but I am hoping that this helped you a lot. If you want any other video, please comment down below. I'll be looking to the comments. Bye-bye.